right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Gift is cheer your way to the top. Be number one. Be number one. Be one with the element. Oh, all up in a window. All right, what's good, chat? Chat, good chat. And all right. So my bias for this is bearish, right? We go, all right. So we look monthly, right? We kind of get an idea what price might do. So just looking from this chart alone, we have a clear left head, and we are creating that right shoulder. Right shoulder could stop here, or we can go higher, stop right there, right? But keeping in mind that we've already had this wick fill for the month, so we have a day left. So just being patient, waiting for this to show itself. Oh yeah, it's gonna be eating good. So I can anticipate basically an engulfing candlestick for Sunday, or basically in a few hour markets open in 2 hours. So I can anticipate an engulfing candlestick here. And the reason why I'm anticipating that is, although yes, weekly has broken this, just to kind of give it that foresight, right? We have because if we just look at it from this perspective, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low. Skip this. Higher high, higher low. This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high. What am I anticipating? Basically a lower low, right? Probably not as deep in this, but probably could match that, because think of it this way, right? If price is bullish, but for price to truly be bullish, we need that pullback, or aka we need something that looks like this, right? Boom, respect this low, and then continue buying, right? Or inverted left head, right shoulder, left head, right shoulder, buy, inverted head and shoulder. So that's practically what I'm looking for. And this right now, to just continue rallying with no balance at all, just doesn't seem, it just don't seem like it, So we're hanging around here, which is nice, but I'm anticipating sells, right? I'm not really looking for buys here. So daily, we'll continue waiting. Even though EMA is under, we still have the opportunity to come all the way back down here, have this wick fill before we continue pushing higher, right? As you can see here, we've had multiple touches on the 4 hour within this zone. So I can anticipate a nice break and retest from the zone. What I don't like is we've been creating these higher highs, higher lows, higher low, equal high, lower low, equal high, higher low. You know what I'm saying? Equal highs and oh shit, that's left hand right shoulder. So we have equal highs and bottoms. So we're just trapped here for now. We're not really going anywhere, but we are creating this the first higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I can anticipate this to continue this trend, right? Higher high. Now I'm not trying to buy this, bro. Truly not, because I'll be buying at the highest point. There's no need for that. So the best thing to do is wait for the counterpart trade, right? For at least markets to balance out. Markets need to balance out. Markets just they need to come take this liquidity at least. You see what I'm saying? And to me, I mean, shit, that's good enough. Like we could take this out. You theoretically come and fill this in, all right? Technically come back down here for a balanced price action. That's what I'm looking for, right? Because the smaller time frames you go, you can see where the target is, and the target's back down here. So because we've already created these two candlesticks, I could drop down to the 30-minute and accept, okay, cool. If we can come and break this low here, right? That will let me know. Not even, I'm bugging. If the 4 hour could break, right? But on the same time, 30-minute, I don't know if you could tell, 30-minute, we have been respecting these lows since here. We haven't broken any low, not once. We swept liquidity, absolutely, but we haven't broken a low. This is another one here. So here's my thing, right? If we're able to break this, I'm in. If not, I'm out. I'm not gonna participate. So I'll put this, right? Probably with the 40 pip. Well, this is a 40 pip stop loss, right? I don't need that, so I can save myself just a little bit, put 37 pips, and dude, we're targeting back down to the lows, back down to these lows. So I can go for 1 to 3. And to kind of confirm that, you can kind of see here, there's a fair value gap within here. You can kind of just use that instead. It's like a early, like, all right, I'm getting out here type shit. Feel me? Perfect. 1 to 3. Let's keep it at that. 1 to 3. On some straightforward shit. Right. I'm gonna do these and I'm gonna do gold last. I'm kinda in touch with gold right now. So all right, so AUD, I like that so far, and I've been liking this order of doing things from bottom to top. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta use the restroom pretty bad. This is at an area where I can't do shit about it. I would love to take the counter trend trade, right? Left head, because look, we are creating this left head, right? Potential right shoulder. If we respect this low, we just need that engulfing, right? So theoretically, yes, I can put an alarm here, but I'm gonna wait. Feel me? That's the only thing I can do is wait. I need at least 2 candlesticks, 2 4-hour candlesticks to confirm that pullback, not just 1, 2, right? Or we come break this lower high, and then, but it's tough. So I'm not even gonna try to force that. Okay, so first of all, I gotta use the restroom pretty bad. I didn't anticipate it to be this terrible. So this is what we're gonna do. Back one moment. Reading gold. Right, I'm gonna put that in chat, and then I'm gonna edit my stream name. Weekly bias for gold. Weekly bias for gold. See, I could put, because people stream anything these days. So, trading, investing, gold, Forex, chart, how do you spell career? You know, I don't know how to do that. Finance, right? Trading, investing, gold, Forex, chart, finance. Hawaiian, young nigga. And then I'm gonna put God first. I just be putting tags, bro. Right? And then I'm gonna put this on be right back. Right? Just give me a second. I'm not even gonna put music because I'm gonna have to edit that shit out, and I'm not trying to deal with that. So I just want to post to YouTube straight up. So I'll be back. Give me a minute. How about this? I'll do an ad break. Can I run an ad now? Where's the ad button? I wish I could run an ad. I know. I know I can run an ad. So I want to see if I could run it now. See if I could run it now. Create a dashboard. Create a dashboard. Manage stream. Right. 60-second ad. You recently ran an ad and must wait to run another one. Right. Okay. So it says I recently just ran an ad. So we might as well have a snooze on it. 5 minutes. That was really, 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 I don't know. All right. So I'll be back. Um, I gotta take care of this real quick. But just give me a second. I gotta take care of it real fast. All right, baby. Oh shit. I had to do some. I had to do some. Another ad is being ran in 2 minutes. Fuck. I just put the. Ah, yes, there you go. Yes. Cool. Cool. And then you should be able to see the screen. All right, bet for sure. Cool. So we already said AUDJPY. We like that. I like this pullback. I'm looking for something. You know, we already had this left head, right shoulder break, this retest form, boom. And then this is really the true retest, if we're being honest, right? Or this can just continue. So we're just waiting, because you have to keep in mind at the same time, right? This swing here is the 4 hour, like, you know, we're respecting the hell out of this EMA. That tells me something really good. We can trade this when it breaks, and we can get an early entry, because if you see, every time frame has respected this higher low, these higher lows. We're not breaking, not going above and below. We're just respecting this. So I can respectfully go down to the 30-minute and see, okay, cool. All we need to do is break these lows and we're good to go. And that's all I need to do, is just follow these lows. I'm not trading up here. I'm not trying to take a head and shoulder formation up here. I need a break to confirm sellers are in and they're strong and we're pushing. Even if the low was down here, all you're doing is following the higher lows. If more than likely, if it was right here, it'll create another one here. And if it's still too far like this, theoretically, I would love it to be up here. But this is an earlier entry based off the 4 hour. But I'm just gonna look, you can kind of see on the 2 hour where, but for example, say for people who don't know, again, we have a 4 hour zone here where we have multiple touches within this zone, right? It's not as specific as that blue box, but it's somewhere in this range. We know, hey, we are having respect, right? 94,600, 94,500. We're having some type of respect of price, and price is selling off at this point. So institutions are kicking in around here, because regular traders like us, we don't move the markets like this. These moves are institutions, right? These moves here are us retail traders, right? But in the long run, like this overall move here is institution, right? You see what I'm saying? This right here, institution, institution, institution here. This little section here is retail traders, and that's all over the world. Only institutions can really move the markets like this. Other than that, yeah, no. We can even go to 30-minute. That's where you'll see a majority of institutions, which is like usually this consolidation. All you need is a few, I say institution. These are retail traders. All you need is probably a few institutional traders, banks, to go one way for pretty much this whole to give you this kind of move here, right? But whole moves like this is like, yeah, they want to buy this stock, whatever. And we've been here ever since that push. So theoretically, this is the low, this is the high. It was broken right by this tail here. This the low, it was broken again. This the high. It just kept on getting broken up until this point, up until this point, up until Lord, up until this point, right? This the low, this the high. We're chilling here up until here, right? Low, high was chilling up until here. Low, well, theoretically, that's really broke, yeah, because it ain't breaking till here, and then here we broke, creating that left head, right shoulder, right? That break, retest, second retest, third retest. Like if it's retesting like that, I don't think it's gonna hold. I think it's just gonna continue, and we're just gonna continue following the high lows, and that's what we're gonna do, right? Because if we try to buy, we're buying at the highest point. You know what I'm saying? Even if we try to buy here, that break and retest, we'll be buying at the highest point, because price still ain't price still ain't came and swept all these liquidity points, which I see price doing. So I don't feel comfortable buying an asset, right? Again, you have to take every trade like a business contract. I don't feel okay, right? Buying an asset that's too pricey. Like I'm giving, assuming Trading Views the company, right? Or my broker is a company that I'm trying to do business with. I'm just giving them money. This is too expensive. I need a better deal, right? So let's negotiate, aka let's see some more price action. And all I'm gonna do is follow my ask price. Again, ask, bid. This is a PVP. My bid, my asking price is down here. I need this. I need this, right? This is gonna give me some type of confirmation that I'm not the only seller. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not the only seller, and this is the way I'm conveying that is having my ask price down here, right, where I could sell or bid. Bid is to buy, ask to sell. Yeah, it's my asking price down here, and I'm looking for that. I need some water, some water, and a protein shake would be nice. Absolutely, right. So again, this is too low, right? Kind of need to go through this because we got about 2 hours of market stillness, and that's the best people can really get for being honest. GBP CAD, I wasn't expecting this at all. You know what I'm saying? But left, but you have this left. Nah, that ain't gonna work. All we're doing is creating these because it broke. Higher high, higher low, higher high. We're eventually should create a higher low, as you can see. But it's crazy though. It's crazy, right? One candlestick does not solidify. This is a lower high. Same as this one candlestick does not solidify. This is and I hope this is just daily. Yeah, this isn't right because higher high, we're selling one candlestick. We just consolidate flat within here. It doesn't count as a higher low, right? We sell again one candlestick and then continue selling. It's not considered a lower high. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, not sorry. These is wrong right here. These aren't even points. Yeah, this higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy because you go from a sequence of higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Same thing just did here. Same sequence, right? But this higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, which is a little. This isn't, and this makes it a higher low. So now we see something a little bit more consistent, where higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is a higher high point. If it chooses to continue, from what I see, yes, this is a higher high point. You're buying at the highest point. I can't do shit until it comes back down here to continue buying. So this, as of right now, all I can do, right, is hope that we get a pull back into this zone within here. As all a nigga can do. And the fact that we had some type of reaction here, I feel like price could give us something like this where we could come in, basically touch bases. So we go to the next one. Not worried about that. We don't put an EMA, just a notification. Hey, let me know when we're back here. Same thing as this, right? I can't do anything in here. There's no structure past this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be selling blind. I would love to catch this though. This from since Monday. This has been selling all week. All week. It hasn't done no type of buying. All week sold. Beautiful trade. This is what you want to hold throughout the week. Absolutely. Yes, Lord. You feel me? But now, first things first, let me grab me something to drink because I'm starving. Like a different type of starving. people's been juicing lately. And that's what we got in the crib. So, yeah. 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 So these two is a no-go. Obviously too high. Can't do nothing with that. Can't do shit with that, my brother. But again, another trade where since the beginning of the week. Oh shit, this is Monday too. Yep, since the beginning of the week. This price action did nothing but buy. Buy all week. Just holding this buy. Even though it was weak as hell. Like it's climbing. Yeah, this motherfucker is climbing. All this liquidity left. You know what I'm saying? Over here. And yes, it would be smarter to take a counter trend trade. So just so I know, right? This is the lower low point, right? Again, it was broken again, right? Boom. Then it was broken, making this the leg here, right? If price could come and break this, right? Break that, and I need a comfort, especially with these type of trades. You need confirmation. To take a risky trade like that, you need confirmation. So the best thing to do, even though waiting for the 4 hours look tough, because once the 4 hour goes, kind of already missed the move. So I'll say the 1 hour, these 1 hour lows, which look really clean, nice break and retest within there, because I'd like the fact that it's respecting this at least. You feel me? But at the same time, it could just keep going. It's not something you just stay naive to, you feel me? But they're better trades. So it's best to just stick to trading rule. Wait for that pullback to buy. Next one. USD JPY. Cool. So we're creating these higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower low, right? We also have price is just I don't know what the fuck it's doing here. So you just finna wait that out. Yeah, higher lows. Yeah, higher low, lower high, lower low. And this is still the low. This is still the high. So price is still bullish because we broke this, creating this higher high. It's the higher low. We didn't break the bottom. Cool. We didn't break the top. We're not having a continuation. We're just kind of consolidating in here, right? It cleared liquidity beautifully, right? On Monday was a perfect time to sell this bitch. Lord. And I seen this too. I remember when this was creating this shit. I didn't know it'll come back that heavy. You never know. You never know these things. But as of right now, price is bearish. Okay, high highs, higher lows, high low, high. We haven't created a single lower low. This is like bullish as of right now because we broke this structure point within here, making it bearish. That's the low, higher low. Didn't break that nor the high, so we're just chilling, bullish. Yeah, we're just chilling, bullish. Now I'm looking for buys. 4 hour. About the same shit. Right? We could come create that higher low. Respect to buy. So USD JPY is a favorite in one. I'm already looking to buy. I'm just looking for, on the 1 hour, there is these liquidity points, right? We could definitely smoke these before we push higher. So I'm gonna look for, yeah, we could definitely smoke these points before we push any higher. So the fact that that's here, I'm gonna mark, I don't know about this. And this one I'm gonna keep watching. Right, this is one of those under 80 JPY, but this is kind of like you you gotta watch these. That's I'm not even gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it here to let me know that we're coming. Actually, I'm not interested because it's already all the way up here. I'm not interested in this until we come relatively close. So I'm gonna put this as close. They mean for it to be caps. Close. Close entry. Say that. And then, we could work with shit. Went down the wrong pipe. Went down the wrong pipe. And this one we just went for that pullback. There's about still 2 hours left, and we still got a few, out of there. And gold is basically my stop. It usually my stop, but yeah, we just kind of round this up. But yeah, I don't really care about this until it comes back down here. So USD, yeah, you're back down here. I'm not worried about you until, you know, the buys look really good. The buys look really, really good. But right now, the 4 hour is bearish because you have these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows again. We swept all that liquidity, by the way. And we could do the same thing, sweep it, and then continue. So, like I said, it's a matter of waiting because it could just continue, build, same thing here, build these liquidity points, right? And then just sweep all of them and then continue buying. Who knows? That's why we're looking for something better. I need something a little bit more obvious, a little bit more, Um, GJ. GJ, we got this higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Even though I don't really like this. Lower high, higher low, higher high. We're anticipating that higher low movement. Price is bullish. Again, price is bullish. Just waiting for that higher low movement, and then we could catch the buy. So we can anticipate pullbacks anywhere really, for like higher high, higher low, higher high. This is theoretically a higher low, but it's just a liquidity. This is and this is a higher low, but it's just liquidity. Higher high. We have a higher high within here. All right. I like that we're approaching this nest within here, so continue waiting on this one. It's not ready. AUD. I don't know why it's so big. Shit, that motherfucker is huge. Okay. What is this? I don't even get what is it covering here? Like, fudge. This is within here. Okay, I'd rather have this to be honest, than that other one. The other one was dog shit. Holy hell. Jesus. Weekly's bullish. Daily. Daily's bullish, but we are losing a lot of momentum. A lot. It tells me we could have a good chance of price reacting here to sell like it did here multiple times. But we are creating that, we have left head, right shoulder. We could have a big sell off. But we are bullish, so I'm looking for buys. So higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low. I would assume not enough. I won't count that. I'll count this as a lower high, and then this a higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low. Right. At least we can come and take these liquidity points if you look at it that way, right? You can at least come take that out. There, even though there's all of this, right? I ain't gonna press it, but I'm just gonna, I'm just follow it, right? It's bullish, but I don't trust its bullishness. If that makes sense. I don't trust it. Like it doesn't look like it truly wants to continue buying. The buys look stagnant. They look weak, just like here where we started kind of consolidating a little bit. We were doing this same thing, just backwards. Am I bugging? We're doing the same thing but backwards. Because if you do this, right, is the same thing here. Right? Like theoretically, this is here, right? Obviously, the end is this big part within here. You feel me? Just flipped, and the middle section is like here. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing but backwards. So, and if this one sold, what would this one do? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Either way, this I really want to sell because there's no need in buying at the highest point. It doesn't do anything. You're just adding risk for no reason. And if you know this is the highest point, knowing that we haven't created a true higher low like these pairs here, like again, clean higher low or clean lower low, it's just miniature. These are structure points. Structure points where price will come and sweep these. So if I do know that, if I know that much information, I can look at daily and understand, okay, cool. We have this zone here, right? Which I believe that's what that purple zone was trying to incorporate this. But it's too big of a zone. And I think this is all-time high. Yeah, all-time high because we haven't been here since 2015, over a decade ago. So that price action doesn't even matter. And then look how weak, just staying up here, right? You can see that the purple is stronger than blue. If that, and that's a problem, especially if you're trying to buy. So you're buying at the highest point overall, and then you're trying to buy at the highest point on the smaller time frame. That doesn't make sense. You're just setting yourself up for failure. So the best thing to do is try to take the counter trend trade, which makes more sense, right? Because if you look on the hourly, right, this is a structure point here, right? I'm not trying to buy above or below, but this is a good point for price to respect, right? There's not, like, I see a really clean head and shoulders here. We just need the break. So this one's a really clean one, right? A really clean counter trend trade, right? But we need this breaker structure to confirm that, hey, bias has switched, people are selling, and they're selling hard. And there's liquidity to be taken, right? This is the first one. Second, like you can see, it's all stacked. Not a single one was taken out. All of this, all we theoretically we can come back down all the way here. Theoretically. Now I want to see if Sunday does its thing, I'm in. Even if it's Asian session. I truly believe that this thing, yeah. But what I've seen, right? Yeah, I've noticed because it's all bullish, right? And for the 30 minutes to break, yes, it'll be an early entry, but it'll be risky. It will be safer if we wait for a 4-hour break and we take a trade under here. We take a trade within down here. So that way, boom, and then we can have the this push. But at the same time, I'm not opposed because we can have the 2-hour bearishes down here, which lines up with the higher time frames, and the earlier entries within the 1 hour here. So I'm gonna have two, right? And I'm gonna say first break of structure, and then we're gonna keep that in there, and then I'll put this as a secondary because all we're doing is just following the higher lows, because this is bullish. This is a counter trend trade, and this is something to keep in mind, right? And yeah, now we go to G. Oh, we already did GJ. GJ is too high, all time high. It's not ready for me. It's not, what I'm saying? It's not ready for me. You gotta know when it's ready for you. Let's not do that. Okay. Again, another all-time high one. Oh no, this is like, it was in a low. Wow, this is a really strong, because this is overall, right? This the lower. This here. This is the low. And then create structure point. Really, it's created structure. That doesn't count. It's created structure points throughout time, and those points have been broken. So this is bullish. This is undeniably bullish. Even if you were to look at this point, this is undeniably bullish. Weekly left head, potentially creating that right shoulder come just could happen. I'm just pointing that out. And a fat ass fair value gap. So I'm with these counter trend trades. They're just not ready. You feel me? Although price is bullish, I meant bearish. Weekly is bullish, daily is bearish. I meant bullish. I'm tripping because we broke structure here. We broke it back up top, making this higher high. We need a higher low. So, what's the best opportunity? Is anticipate counter trend trades. It continues buying. It's not my trade. It's not part of what I've learned. See what I'm saying? There's no need to try to force trades. That's why you read all of them, so you can find the one that lines up with yours the best, and the one that lines up with yours the best, those are the ones you stick with. You don't go fishing for more. Just leave it alone. Even if USD CHF was to set up during the week and play out, I'm not gonna take it because it's not what I saw at the beginning of the week. Because if I say cool, these if I say cool, these are the only trades I'm looking for this week, that's less on my mind. So why would I be impatient, try to let me see if I can find a trade. Are these ready? Why would you do that to yourself when you could de-stress yourself, right? And theoretically you're mentally de-risking, right? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but because you're only focused on two pairs, you read all of them, and at the beginning of the week, these are the ones that were the most ready. Now, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Your week's done. You don't spend money. Mind you, the way that I trade, high risk, high reward. You feel me? I'm not out here putting thousands of dollars into accounts. I put $100 and I flip that to over 5K. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not here to force anything. You could take 1-2 trades a week. This is what you said you was gonna follow, and that's it. Stop. Even if you get notifications, you're not worried about that. You're only worried about this. That's it. And I think that's where people fuck themselves over. When I say people, I'm really talking to myself. Yeah. And that's the thing when I tell people advice is like, dude, like if I haven't gone through this, I don't know what to tell you. And since I go through this myself, I'm like, this juice is great. This motherfucker is, damn, that shit good. Shit hitting the back of my throat though, like, motherfucker got a little sourness to it. You feel me? Yeah, like we already situated. This is bullish. Um, Daily's also bullish. I'm only interested in this with the break and retest of this zone to continue that push. No, that's the only time I'm interested. But in this middle section, I could care less. I really couldn't give a fuck, you know? I really couldn't give a fuck. Like, it's bullish. And if as long as it's bullish, you're not supposed to be thinking bearish thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm putting down? You dig what I'm putting down, bitch? You dig what I'm putting down? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm like, this Sunday just opened up and just busted out the seam. 8, pull back, hit him again. This is practically TV right here. I'll take it. Fuck you, me. But this ain't ready. It's like in the middle. I don't like, we're either here or we're either here. When I open this on Sunday, you're either here or here. Pick one. If you're in the middle, I'm not interested. This is more so wait, right? Wait for Sunday. I'll look at all these one more time and then decide my top ones. That's how I do it. If a price moves like this on Sunday type shit, it's not my trade. It already happened. I don't give a fuck. Just wait for the pullback. If the pullback comes and respects that zone, right, we can see what we're working with. But this one never gave me a Morningstar formation. It never gave me an engulfing. It didn't give me no inside bar. It just kind of bought, you know? Yeah. So we go on to the next one, right? Another one that looks gorgeous. Looking at, so weekly, I've been called this trade. Been called it long that time ago. GBP CHF. You feel me? Bombaclat, you feel me? Right? This price consolidates a lot before it pushes. Yeah, it just does that. You feel me? Again, these are the lows that we're targeting. You feel me? I'm bullshit. And we broke, so that's beautiful on the daily. So we are definitely bearish. This higher high, lower low, right? We created this lower high, and these are like really mean ass. I ain't gonna fake it to you. These are really like swings. Like regardless of what you buy or sell, you're winning, but you're more likely to win with sells than buys, because if you try to buy, let's say you buy here, you get waked out like a bitch. You try to buy here, shit, another wake out. Try to buy, like, yeah, the buys are there, but the sales are happening fast as fuck, and the buys are happening half as fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not wrong on either or side. It just depends. Like, is your, I don't know. I'm not speak on this. I mean, I already took a trade from here. A nigga, you know, a nigga ate good, right? GPC Chef is definitely fed a nigga, and I'm looking for another take within here. So GPC Chef is definitely going to my number one spot. It's something that I like, you know. It definitely showing me ways, showing me many ways, right? We had this lower high, higher low, then we came and created this lower high within here, when it, you know what I'm saying, and it came and just fucking obliterated this, creating this lower low, right? Lower high, higher low, lower high, lower low. What am I anticipating? A fucking lower high. So just to continue the same trend. You see what I mean? This is what I mean. You have all these pairs. You don't have to make one work. Just follow your rules. If it says follow your trend, then just follow the trend. If one is just in the middle, it's in the middle. Leave it alone. Go to the next one. You probably have a higher probability. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now look. You have this beautiful triple top here, right? But we never necessarily broke for real, for real. Like, like I mean, this ain't no head and shoulder. This is inverted as fuck, dude. Yeah, this left head, right shoulder. Now this looks a lot cleaner. You know what I'm saying? And I did kind of call this though. I don't know if it was this pair or a different pair, but yeah, we broke, so invalidating this head and shoulder pattern. Because if you flip it, I don't know how to flip stuff yet. I'll learn, but if you flip this, this is a beautiful left head, right shoulder, beautiful. I will take this, but we aren't breaking. We broke that low here, right, which invalidates this. Cool. So now we chilling. And we came back up here and we didn't break the high, which respected it. So, and that's the 15-minute, by the way. So I'll go over to 30-minute and I'll have a simple request. Break this low, damn it. You know? That's it. I ain't looking for nothing more. We break this low. Right? Stops. Really supposed to have, I'm supposed to have a 40 pip stop loss. But we can share this the leg that broke, right? This the low and this is the high. Theoretically, price could do whatever it wants in here. This is an early break, right? I'm just, hold on. Yeah, no, it's not even a structure point. I think, again, the reason why I'm keeping it here is because I do think the 4-hour will continue to at least sweep up in here. Right, we could be playing above this zone here particularly, so that's why it's like, okay, cool, it makes sense to have it here or at least accept the 30-minute due to the fact that I know the 4-hour will continue. And on top of that, right, I mean, it's one candle. On the 1 hour it's obviously 2 candles, but I'm trying to like see here, like, okay, let's do it like this, right, higher high, whatever. Higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, lower high. The last structure point, right? And this was the higher low. We're right now it's at a lower high. To create this evening star with the pin bar, candle fill could come break. If it does do that, this is a good entry, right? Seeing that this is the high here, right? This is the high here, and this is the low. Price broke, right? Price broke within here. Sometimes, and the reason why I'm saying this out loud, right, is because sometimes my brain does kind of get a little confused. So sometimes I just had to draw it out and get myself back on track. Yeah, so this, it might not be for y'all, but this definitely for me. I'm just trying to see if I can explain it to myself to where I understand. So price can do whatever it wants in here. So theoretically, this high wasn't broken, this low wasn't broken. So the true entry is down here. That's the true entry, because that's the true break where it tells me continuation right here. And this is what I want to get involved with. And my stop, right? Again, this is the high, by the way. 36. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? And this should provide me a 1 to 2. Simple. Just like that. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Should provide me a 1 to 2. And that's how you play it. GP being my number 1 pair for this week. And now we go on to the next thing, right? We already did that. Now we're your NZD. Now we're going, we have 2 more. We have some things to play with. We have some things to work with, right? We see already prices like in the middle. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Not at all. So, but we're still going to read it though, right? Weekly's bullish, right? Even though this could completely do this. Price loves doing that. I don't know why, right? Daily, right? We have this higher high, higher low, higher high, Potentially we could. I mean, yeah, we are. Not potentially, we are. Cause yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it'll just make more sense to look for counter trend trades within here. That's just what it is. Yeah, these the fact that it's up here. The price can do whatever it wants within here. Because even if it breaks this, and just to kind of reiterate on this too, if you go back, like this isn't enough structure to tell me that it's respecting these lows. See what I'm saying? Because it could literally do this and then respect this low and then continue. Now, something like this, yes. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's shown me multiple times within the 30-minute, it's respected these lows. It's not breaking it. That's why these moves be looking the way they look, right? And then whenever you try that, right, it doesn't work. You know why it didn't work? Because the price hasn't shown you that it's respecting this low. But the moment it breaks, you take that and it's like that's a fake out because this is the true low. And price will create shit like this to kind of trick you out because again, you're not trading the books. You're not trading orders. You're trading charts. At least if you're learning from what I'm putting on here. So it's don't get tricked out simply because of this. You have an inverted head and shoulders already. Left head, right shoulder, right? And then you're just waiting for this break to pretty much go long. Don't fall for it. So all you have to do is just wait for this break. Because if you go over to 2 hour, that's the low. You go over to the 4 hour, that's the low. Now all we have to do is follow these higher lows. If price comes crazy high and then continue high, perfect. That means we can get a closer injury. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna add it just in case. I'm gonna say get ready. Get ready. And yeah. It's pretty. Oh shit. That shit hit. I ain't gonna fake it to you. That shit hit. This is a fat ass stop loss. I ain't gonna fake. You know what could happen here? Something like this, where okay, we created this higher low, right? We're respecting it, right? Again, this higher low, same shit, same difference, right? Or you can even count these little one stick ones. It looks exactly the same, right? Be like, okay, we created this higher low, we come break that, we're selling. No, right? No. Now, if we create this, right, this, and then we break the first one, good. Retest, right? Price didn't hold. Boom. Fall right through. Why? Because price has shown you that on the 30-minute, it's starting to respect these higher lows. Once price does that, these are liquidity points. All you have to do is just wait for the first break. Retest. That respected the retest. At times and times, it's going to be some shit like this. Almost always. Almost always. Right? You don't enter this until this point. Boom. Break. Retest. Almost to the T. Tell that motherfucker, you feel me? Tell that motherfucker, you feel me? All honesty though, make this like entry would be here. If price just chooses to start selling, then entry would be here and the stop loss has to be here because it's the last high. Just you know what I'm saying? So let me leave it the way it is and stop tinkering with it. Already have that. So now we already did Euro NZD, right? Correct? I believe so. I don't think so. No, we did. Yeah, I said the best thing to look for in this is counter trend trades. Simply due to the fact that yes, it's bullish, but you're buying at the highest point. You see what I'm saying? And at least on my chart, this is like smack like in the middle, some awkward shit. So there's nothing I can do here. And then there's liquidity down here, and I've ran into the issue of trying to buy at zones like this, and then it just fails, comes grab liquidity. So my safest bet is to just wait for a counter trend trade, because you know these liquidity points have to be taken. Price, let it continue creating higher highs, because that's not your trade. That's not, price is, I don't want to say essentially gone, but it's gone. So why are you trying to involve yourself some shit? Whoa, I said that backwards. Why are you trying to involve yourself in some shit that don't make no sense? You feel me? So yes, let's just wait. Just wait it out. Just wait it out. Oh man, I'm just on my phone geeking right now, bro. Say something on three. One, two, three. That nigga turned. Oh shit, bro. Say something on three. One, two, three. She lost. Dumbass. In the head. Ooh, ooh. Get that nigga in the head. Mm, mm, mm. Hopefully one day, right? I'm just saying this out of like wishful thinking and shit. But I hope one day that this shit works out is like a young nigga. Like, I'm really like, thinking 24. I gave my parents money to, help them finish building homes in Kenya. They already went back. They already living their life. They ain't gotta work no more. I'm taking care of them. You feel me? Train going good. I'm at that point where, yeah, nigga, I want a kid. Like, let's do it. You feel me? Let's do it. Let's do it. And that's just, I don't know, just what I want, bro. Ain't no child fever, nothing like that. It's just like wishful thinking of my future. If this shit work out, like, ooh, shit, man. Feel me? Put my partners on. Things of that nature. Niggas ain't gotta work no more. Niggas turn. That's with, yeah. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. But they gonna keep on fucking working though. Feel me? Keep putting in everything I got into this shit. And we'll see where we end up. Your NZD, I mean, you're buying that all time high. What are the probabilities that price will just keep on fucking with you, and I'm comfortable here, right? Versus within here because we can come and just fail. Not wrong zone. I meant here because we can just come here and just continue failing. So there's no need to buy at the highest point. I'd rather just follow the lows, take the counter. Simple as that. Gold. Gold, my friend, my friend, my friend. I missed about 4 bands from you. You got my little shit. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this week or next week, I will be taking it all. Gold. I will be taking my little shit. Alright? So, weekly. We are, I don't know what the fuck this is. So I'm gonna just say bullish. It's just big, a glob of price action. That's all it is. I don't really care. I'm gonna say bullish. Whatever. Doesn't matter anyway. Fuck, nigga. Daily. Some of these aren't even supposed to be here, bro. The fuck? So let's go ahead and fix this. If it's on the hourly, let it be on the hourly. On the fucking daily, buddy. Not on the goddamn daily joint, man. It's not supposed to be there, man. Hi, goodbye. La la la. This was the higher low point, I will agree. But that little shit don't matter. That little shit don't matter. So let's see. I'm just making sure that we working with what we working with. You feel me? I'm just making sure we got what we got, and yeah, we working with it. That shit. Hey. Next stream we might do a sponsored stream. Why not? Let's do a sponsored stream next week. You know what I'm saying? Let's make that money on. Let's make that money on. My favorite R&B artist, Giveon. I'm waiting for this nigga to drop too. I don't know when he's dropping this, but he did say this is meant to be listened to live actions too. I might go to his concert. Who knows? Maybe I'm feeling like that. Feel me? Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, higher low. I don't like this one candlestick action here, but it is an engulfing stance, and it does kind of create a structure within here. So higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So all we have to do is wait for the lower high point. I don't know. We might respect this. We might respect this. This is one of those candlesticks where I have to use it like this. We might respect this or come up in here. Well, this is already clear. So really in here, as far as daily goes. So, and then EMA can meet us within here. My first point is within here, right? And I'll say it's the 4-hour pullback. I needed that little shit. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying, my you. I like this price action, and then we could buy. I mean, yes, you could theoretically take a counter trend trade, but is that really smart? No, not smart. You feel me? 2-hour. You know, you can see it's bearish. Yeah. Don't really want to deal with that. No. And then buying at this point, I mean, like, dude, like, you're kind of like in the middle of nowhere, right? It would be better if it was up here and then we get some type of reaction, and you take that compared to you just buying in hopes that, yes, it's gonna come back. I need this to buy. No, you're just gonna throw your money at your broker. You might as well just send them a little, you know what I'm saying? You might as well just send it to them directly. Just take the money out your broker account, right? Take it out. Or take it out your wallet, put in your broker account, and then send your broker the money. You might as well mail it to them, because that's exactly what you're doing by looking at this. Be like, okay, 4-hour pullback. I know it's gonna happen. Cool, you know what's gonna happen, but you don't know when. So why not just sit on your hands and wait for the pullback and look for those type of entries? You feel me? Feel me? Feel me? Looking at this was a break structure point on the 1 hour, but I was fiending. I was fiending for that pullback. Why I don't know? It's not deleting, so I don't know what I. Man, tired? Anybody? I am sleepy. I am sleepy. That was racist, buddy. That was racist. He got hit. Single got punched like a motherfucker. Oh, you got punched hard. Nigga bleeding. Damn. And he got punched. Am I gonna cut this out? Nah, I ain't cutting. I ain't cutting this shit up. That's how Perry is, buddy. Petty. I'm just waiting for the markets to open, bro, so I can make my money on. You feel me? It's really what I'm trying to touch. Oh shit, I forgot about TC. TC. Looking at. Now look, bitch. You're just waiting for a pullback. There's nothing more you can for real do here. Just wait for the pullback, respect, and then eat. You know? So just literally just follow these. That's all you can do. Wait for area interest to be reached, EMA, all that good stuff. At least on 30 minutes gonna go bullish. I know that for sure. We might even just respect here. We might not even make it all the way up there, but I do see this pullback. Well, that's what we need to to enter. Need that lower high to be made. So, or it could be just short here, right? Lower high. Or to continue. It doesn't have to happen to fair. That's something that also you have to get it out of your mind. Is price doesn't have to go to fair value gaps. It's a good zone. Yes, it does happen more times than not. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a definitive. It's gonna, cause there's plenty of times where, all gaps are is fair value gaps. That's all there is. There's not much to it. But these gaps, including these as well, right? Mind you, whenever there's a gap, it's just straight move. There's no pullback whatsoever. And you see this fair value gaps. Why didn't price come all the way back up here? Price doesn't have to. It's a good zone if it lines up with where you want to enter. That just gives you more confluence. Like this one here, it's within the area of interest. It's retesting the neckline of the left head, right shoulder, theoretically. I said neckline here, right? It looks good. That's something that I would consider, but price doesn't have to do that. It could respect the 30-minute EMA and this area of interest right here around 32.9, right? And then just sell. And I missed that move all entirely. But this is good for this week simply because, and I like to keep it at the bottom of my favorites. So as of right now, like my chart stops at gold. Everything on top is what I like. And this is another one where I try to force it. Again, fair value gaps. Price doesn't have to return to them. It's just how it is. Simple as that. You feel me? So, and I had to learn the hard way. Prices are bullish weekly, daily, also bullish, right? We cannot just, you know what I'm saying? So if it's bullish, what are we looking to do? Buy this bitch, you feel me? So I'm gonna wait for prices. Probably give us a wick fill on the 4-hour, right? A little consolidation on the 30-minute, right? We come respect this low pretty much. So I'm gonna put a right here, and to let me know that it's coming back. Even though this is like pretty much open, it could just do this, but I want to know if it's back into this zone here. If we could do that, then I'm a fan, because price could come theoretically sweep this. We have been respecting these highs here, right? Again, we could have that break. You wait for the first break and then the retest. That's practically how as you can see here, we've broken the lows for that continuation, and we've respected the highs, right? So to disturb that flow or that order flow, right, you'll need this break and retest. And I like to do it like this to remind myself, slow the fuck down, pal. Break and retest. The same thing's been doing here. Break and retest. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna happen, so why not? So yeah, AU could stay right there. It belongs exactly because it's this is a counter trend trade. You feel me? No, I'm tripping. This is no. I'm following trend. So this theoretically can go to number 2. AUDJPY. I'm a fan. GA. I am the least. It's my least favorite. GBP AUD. Simply because yeah, this hoe is just bullish, dude. Like, it could continue buying, but there's so much liquidity. I'm waiting for that higher low to be created, right? And again, that the fair value gaps don't mean shit. They don't. And there isn't any here. On the 4-hour, there's a couple all the way down here. One here. Well, really just down here. That don't mean shit. I believe the further away price is, the least it's attracted to it as far as an immediate sell for that week. But if you follow the higher low order flow, or at least how it looks, right? Higher low, lower high, higher low. This is still a higher low, regardless how you look at it, right? This is another lower high. Once I don't know why there's so many GBP AUD. Looking at this is the one that yeah, these threw me off. So I didn't do GBA. I didn't do GA. Cool. So as you can see, right, how this isn't right. Should be on the hourly. Okay. I haven't added anything to the daily, so it should be like pre-selected type. Okay, makes sense. I'm anticipating we already started to create lower highs and high lows. So I'm gonna see what it does up in here. But all of these are valid. All of these are valid points. Points of interest. Hines have interest. Yes, it's still here, bro. And this is like dead smack middle, and then my stop, like this is nasty work, bro. Even if I were to have a 40% stop loss, what the fuck, G? I can't even manipulate. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. That's why it's right there. So I would like a little bit more. I want it to get a little bit tighter, something like this. Break, cool. Everything else, I mean, we cooling. Like, this is my number 1. GPCHF is my number 1 for the week. AU, it's kind of more so my number 2. I don't really post once I don't post trades now. Go to trading view, and then I'm gonna just post these. I mean, I'm gonna just wait. Like, there's nothing I can do. I'm waiting for the break and retest of this to buy. We can go for a 1 to 3 to create that new higher high. Again, break and retest. This one waiting for that sell. AUDJPY waiting for that sell. Even though I would like a little bit more structure built and then break, and then we take that. Hey, I'm not against, you know. Um, I kind of would say this one's above. Yeah, I'll kind of say this is more so like a second option. But this one right here, we follow order flow. We're following trend. Same as this here, right? We're following trend. The ones that follow trend come before anything else. AJ is more so a counter trend, you know, because price is bullish, absolutely, and it'll remain bullish as long as until we break this low as far as daily goes, right? But within that sequence, right, we're creating higher highs and higher lows. As you can see here, higher highs, lower low, lower high, higher low, all this, right? And then we just kind of get just bunch, you know, grouped up here. I lost the word for a few seconds, but we get grouped up here. Consolidation. This is it's consolidation, but there's no like pattern. There's no opening. There's just no. It just buy sell buy sell buy sell buy sell buy sell. Like there's nothing you can do about that. So the most open you'll get, right, is just taking a counter trend trade, looking at it as price is having a hard time breaking the zone, momentum is dying off, right? This one just looks sexy, and yes, absolutely, it could continue. It could absolutely continue, but it's not my job to read that. You feel me? So yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately, um, that's why I'm waiting for at least if we can like consolidate like this within here for a couple hours, right? Because assuming that market's open for right, let's see which one. Like, I mean, yeah, open for is still like price still came back 11 around my entry, gave you that engulfing. This is a decent sell. I mean, if you go down to 30 minute, like this is an okay sale. Like it's not bad. The motherfucker reverse like a bitch though. Hey, hey. But to keep in mind with this here, if we do break, that kind of breaks the order flow. How like once we create these higher lows, we have a really big rally to create that higher high. If we do happen to break this, that means hey, this left head, right shoulder break, retest, second break, another retest, right? It ain't ready just yet, right? Beautiful, right? And that respects the 2 hour higher low, right? Because theoretically you could wait for this to give you that break and retest, yada yada yada. Cool, but I feel like this is a just even looking at this deeper now, it's like okay, maybe it's best if we wait for the shift, because instead of sitting here anticipating, right, just clear head. Is anything here telling me it's gonna sell? Truly and honest, is anything in here telling me it's gonna sell? I mean, we broke structure here, and we broke it here, and we just continue creating highs, So there's nothing that tells me that this is gonna sell, right? Only, I mean, if you go down to the 30 minute, you're having breaker structures all the time. This could be one of those, and then just respect. It could be one of those. So that's why I strongly want to see consolidation in here. And man, this is tough. This is tough. And this is why I like doing these Friday through Sunday, so that way I can come back with a clear head. I mean, I have an hour left, right? The only thing I could do here, right, is because this is my third trade for the week, or at least my third option. It's clean, but it's not the best, right? Again, I keep saying fair value gaps don't mean shit, and they do not. But if the opportunity presents itself where we created this support, we have this area of interest, right, at 95, 94.5, right? We have this area of interest. Price is respecting. Looks like it, right? We have this round psychological level. And 2 hour is bullish. 1 hour is bullish. So would it make more sense for, like, for instance, right here, right, where price broke, right, and it broke and retested within the same week and retest to sell. We could use the same tactic here, break, retest to sell. But I don't know if you noticed this, on a 1 hour, once we create a structure point break, it kind of just fucking rips, dude. So if this is gonna continue, then this confirms a structure point. If not, then we're gonna test the waters here. And I'm really curious because at this point I'm gonna have my stop loss at break even, and then it's like I never took that trade. So is this a calculated risk? Absolutely. Do I like the fact that the entry's all the way down here? Not the biggest fan, but you know what? I would take that. I would take that if price decides to play like that. Because the way I see it, this has the potential to take out all this liquidity and reach all the way to these levels here. Now, yes, we might have that initial break, right? Because again, this is a low and we're not that far off. You feel me? So this is because I'm gonna split my trades into 3 entries, right? 3 entries, 1, 2, 3. And the way I'm gonna do it, right? Let's say AUDJPY, right? I have let's just do this one, right? Let's say $100, we're risking 60%, right? With a 40 pip stop loss, right? That's 0.25. I'll take 0.25 and then divide it by 3. You're not taking 60% and dividing by 3. It's just taking 0.25. So 0.25 divided by 3, right? You get 0.08. So now you'll go to, I use Trade Locker. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna just say it out loud. So I'm gonna go over to GBP NZD, right? I'll go over here and then I would input, right? I'll input 0.08, right? And then I'll input my stop loss, take profit for NZD, and then I'm just doing a mock-up. This isn't real. I don't even have it. I don't have GBP NZD as like my top one anyway. So it stops at gold. Assuming that I'm gonna sell, right? And risking 0.8, right? Assuming that this is the high here, give it a few pips, and then targeting, let's say, these lows. Sweep all this liquidity, right? 0.8. That's about $12. I'm making about $50 to $60 per trade there, but it's not the numbers I'm supposed to be looking at. Safely, we could take this out. So $12 make about 40. 42.74 times 3. 42.74 times 3 is $128. But if this trade were to go against me, this is why I have 3 entries. I enter the first breaker structure, right? Then I enter based off the retest, and then the retest, I'm waiting for a rejection candlestick, right? Something like this, right? Then I'll enter. And then the third, right? Or something like this, right? The sequence here. And then I'll enter, and then I'll wait for the complete break of that low. The third entry, so basically this one here, like let's say we had to break, cool, enter. Retest, I'll wait for the rejection. This isn't a rejection. I'm waiting for the candle base to create something like this, or even an engulfing candlestick would be cool. either or of those two situations, right? Or doji candlestick. I see that as a rejection, right? That's an entry there. So 12, now I'm risking $24, right? But I'm trying to tweak it to where, let's say I do have the break, right? Or for instance, buys here, right? Break would be an entry here. Retest would be here. Either I can get a morning star formation, right? Morning star, the complete morning star formation, and then enter, kind of like here, right? Read this. Let's say I'm buying. This would be the retest point. Let's just use this for example. So break, and it breaks. Oh, this is perfect. Break. Since this is already high for my entry, I'll wait for the retest. Retest, evening star formation. We engulfed, but it didn't break structure, so it's not really important. Retest out. This will be my first entry, $12. So if it loses, I only lose $12. Cool. That's the first entry, but this is the retest point, so I'll accept it. So enter here, and then I'll wait for, since I'm on the second part, right? I'll just wait for the break. So basically, this one will play out. It'll break too far from my entry. Wait for the retest. Enter here, right? And then basically I'll wait, continue waiting, right? We create a high, cool. The moment we break this high, I'll enter another position. Boom, enter. So now I have two positions rolling. And the reason why I say I only have two, not three, because again, I'm only gonna enter three if it gives me the opportunity to enter three. This only gave me an opportunity to enter one. The first entry was already missed, so that one's long and forgotten. So now I only have two entries on this, right? Which would be here, this pullback, right? And if it doesn't respect it, well, guess what? Let's say my stop loss is here and it just sold here. Well, guess what? I only lost $12 instead of the entire 60%. You see what I'm saying? So now we're including playing with the numbers. It's a lot of moving pieces. Keep up. Don't get lost in the sauce, because you will get eaten alive. That's just how it is. And yeah, so I mean that's all the pairs. Like this is an hour left in the market. I'm about to chill for an hour, play some Hogwarts, and yeah, I'll catch y'all niggas later. Deuces. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your night, day. I would not prefer that. Only trade that I can see working out fast is probably this one. This one could work out pretty fast. Absolutely. It could reach these lows. And it's already showing me signs that it wants to go there. So you just have to wait, right? Because be careful that this first break, because the reason why I'm even taking it as a break is because this is a structure point. And 30-minute went bullish here, right? Well, no, it didn't actually. It didn't actually go bullish, because low, right? Lower high. This one candle. This one candle. Lower low. I mean higher low. Lower high. Like this, it didn't break shit. So let's say lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, lower high. Now you see what I'm working with. So it breaking this doesn't mean anything. It has to break this. So I'm just that's why I have to just get ready. So more BOAs. Bailey, interest rates remain on a gradual downward path, but the path is not preset. That's interesting to know. All right. Well, I read this little shit right here, so just in case you're wondering. But all right.